Hello there, World of Tankers. I'm Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Grille 15 fresh after update 7.1. This is the tier 10 German tank destroyer that is now the third highest DPM TD in the game with 3,633 damage per minute. A very, very healthy amount, especially for this vehicle having a 150 plus millimeter gun. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the tank, asking the question, did it need a DPM buff, first of all, and what else could Wargaming have done to this tank to make it a more balanced vehicle on the battlefield? So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, but of course, you guys actually voted and wanted to see this as my next video popping up. I had the poll, just as always, so of course, if you guys want to continue to vote on those polls, if you're new to the channel and you stumbled across this video, please consider clicking that subscribe button down below, especially if you like this type of content. I really like to connect with you guys, and you guys can vote on what videos I do post next, and you'll be notified if you click that button. But getting straight into it, so the tank does have a boosted amount of DPM, and something funny somebody posted on one of the comments on one of my videos, my last Grille video, is Wargaming's buffing the tank, which is just making it a frontline tank destroyer, which I thought is kind of funny, because I've noticed a fair amount of people, right after this tank was buffed, just rushing this thing right in the front lines, and yeah, you can guess it probably didn't work too well, because it's a Grille. It's got 4 degrees of gun depression. You can see that's really not a lot. It's pretty good at far distance shooting. Like, yeah, it's the most accurate TD in the game, but, or at least tier 10, but if you're close up, it's going to suck with gun depression. Far away, it really doesn't matter. The issue I have with the Grille, and I will continue to argue this ever since they nerfed it in the first time, is that this tank doesn't have a camo rating. I have to sit all the way back here, and I noticed I don't actually have my viewfinder on, which kind of sucks for me, but it's not the end of the world. But you have to be very, very careful when running the Grille, because you have to be constantly afraid. Am I detected? Am I not? So I want to be very careful. We got that Chieftain Mark 6 and that Leopard, who I would love to just slam an HE shell into. But it looks like they are playing the careful card right now. I just want to slap a shell right through that little crack there on that Chieftain, but I doubt he's going to pull up. You know what? Just take it. No. So we did not connect that. And are we detected? That's the big question. No, we are not. I'd say that's plus 250 meters away. But nobody's pulling out right now, which kind of sucks for me. That Chieftain's getting ripped apart. And I'm not really going to be able to get out DPM, which kind of sucks for my Grille. And yeah, this is where having the DPM really doesn't give you much of an advantage, but we do have that FE2 and 5B, and I would love to not be able to pen an HE up his butt. I'm very surprised on that, but we did get the shell out, which is still very, very nice. So that FE2 and 5B really doesn't have anything to do right now, and because we do have that buff DPM, well, this is where it really does give me quite a bit of an advantage. We were able to take off a massive chunk of that guy's HP in just a couple seconds there, throwing on our adrenaline. That is where the DPM really does excel, and I don't think the camo rating is just awful on the tank, because if you still do stay really far back, you don't have to worry that much about it. It's just that in certain scenarios, it can fall apart very, very quickly. So that was a wonderful high explosive shell into that Vickers CR, just ruining that guy's day. And the Grille, while it doesn't have the best high explosive, it still does have a decent amount of HE damage, which is something I, of course, always love. So let's see if that Chieftain Mark 6 is still sitting right there. I would love to get a shell into that guy's turret. Doesn't look like he wants to play with our Grille right now. I wouldn't want to play with it either, to be honest, but you know what? We really don't have the most damage on our pallet right now, and I would love to get an HE into that Chieftain. I doubt we will, but it never hurts to try. So let's see if we can get an HE right up the Chieftain's boot. Come on, turn a little quicker, and HE, yes, that feels so good. So, as you can see, our first game, I was able to go very quick. The Grille goes 50 kilometers per hour. Overall, it actually is a super solid tank. And when I started off thinking about the Grille, of course, I still want it to have that camo buff. I think that a tank destroyer that is solely purposed on staying at the back of the map, using its excellent gun statistics, now the DPM, it's got the aiming time, it's got the accuracy. I think that it's great in the fact that it's able to be a super, super effective tank destroyer in the backlines. And you saw there, we were able to get out the damage. We pushed it a little bit aggressive later, but I still played very, very passively. The issue is just that you get spotted sometimes, and you don't even know you're spotted. Let's say a Vickers Light is on the enemy team, and it spots you just doing a spotting run, doesn't shoot, like some smart light tank players will do. Well, let's say you've got your 183 platoon at that Vickers. Well, goodbye 1400 HP. You don't even know what happened until you're hit, and by then you're probably dead or your entire game is ruined. So I definitely feel, in my opinion, that the Grille should have at least a decent camo rating plus the great DPM. That would make it one of the most formidable tank destroyers out there. Doesn't have to have good damage per minute, in my opinion. I think it'd be great if it has great DPM, but honestly, the DPM didn't help me out that much there in that battle. I still would have probably gotten out all of those shells in that scenario. So, here we go. This is the new map, Yukon. I've landed on it about every single time when I was not trying to get on it, and the one time I do try and get on Yukon, well, we don't. So I'm going to be pushing my tank into this bush up here. I think this is an effective bush to get the Grille into. I wouldn't do that one because, yeah, that bush is very risky. Only for, like, light tanks I would do that. But this bush here, I feel fairly confident in my abilities. And there you go. Speaking of the Grille shenanigan, we were both spotted. So there you go. I was in that bush, and I still got spotted, and both of our games were now ruined because of that. Not ruined, but yeah, what was I honestly supposed to do? So now me and the Grille are both one-shots to most tanks. I'm going to try and push up here again. I hope this bush doesn't just suck. Now, in my opinion, my defense, I should not have been, yes, mutual assured destruction. Losing my words there, but I should not have been detected there, in my opinion. I think that I was in the correct scenario, but oof, that's a WT. I don't like that. And we got the leopard aiming at us. Ooh, but that leopard got nailed. So we've got the WT right there. Aw, T22, you're blocking me. Please don't block me. I would... T22. Please don't block my Grille. T22! This T22 is actually ruining my happiness right now. That T22 ruined the ability for us to get out so much damage. So I'm actually kind of pissed there. Because we should have gotten out that damage. And that's really frustrating that we weren't able to. So thank you very much to that player. But... oh, you were pressing shoot. Well, you know what? Next time, please don't drive in front of the Grille, especially when you notice them trying to pull out many, many times. So, there we go. We've got that guy. That WT might try and pull up. I've really got to be careful here because I can't afford getting hit by anybody, really. So we've got that Grille pushing up, and there goes the Grille. Now, this AMX-50 is probably going to kill us here unless we are just able to... Yes, we were. Okay, so we were safely able to get into position here. And again, let's tap this AMX. Yes, just able to slip our way through that shell. And we've actually done a very, very healthy amount of damage this game. I want to slap this IS-7 with a nice shell right through the hull armor. Oof, could have ammo racked him there, but didn't get the ammo rack. But still getting out a very solid amount of damage so far in this match. Almost 5,000. So let's get out one more shell here. Come on, please ammo rack that IS-7. Ooh, we didn't get that shell out, actually. I'm very surprised. And all that's left is a T-62A that I haven't seen the entire game. No clue where that 62A would be. Might be AFK, but we will find out. But you can definitely see here, I was able to play the Grille a little more aggressive, and we were able to do the decent job. So there's no way I'm going to be able to damage that guy. No way in a million years, I have a feeling. So, you know what? I'm going to try, but yeah, I doubt it. So let's see. Come on, let's yeet it. And... no, you're blocking me, 54. What is up with these teammates? I'm going to shoot an HE. No. We had no chance there. All of the teammates have been blocking us this game. But ignoring that, that T-22 is very angry. We still did very good that game. I wish we'd gotten an HE on the Grille, not the Grille, the WT there, but it's not the end of the world. Still got out a very nice amount of damage. Now, this game, we played it a little more aggressive, as you saw. I was able to use the DPM, so I definitely feel that the DPM buff was very nice. But at the same time, we got spotted by that Grille when we shouldn't have, and that's the issue I find with this tank. Now, it could have been the Leopard that spotted us from the side, but I really think that it was the Grille that just pulled out. And by the way, I have no clue what that enemy Grille was thinking when it pulled out, just directly out in the open, but it still worked out pretty well for us in the long run. That DPM really gave us a boost of damage there, so overall, I do like the DPM buff, and while I do want the Grille to get that camouflage buff, I don't think it needs it at the same time. If you stay far enough back in any tank destroyer, you're never going to be spotted, even a 183, and if you know the correct spots to put the Grille, it's going to do very well. The issue is that I've had a couple friends who got the Grille recently. They're thinking, hey, it's got that DPM buff. I want to try it out. Well, they tried it out, and they hate it. And the reason for that being is, first of all, with it having so much DPM, as you saw there, I pushed it aggressive. But some players might not get so lucky pushing it aggressive. As you saw there, I got very lucky that I wasn't hit by that AMX. I survived a couple shells I really might not have in a normal scenario. That WT could have hit me, especially with me trying to pull out there and just hit him while my T-22 is blocking me. So there are many scenarios where running this tank aggressive might not be the best for you. I would love to hit the... we did hit it, but that really just put a dent in my happiness. And we could have hit him right there. That sucks. That really does suck for us. We're not going to be able to get that out, but we do have the Yag, so let's slap a shell. Well, I guess we got a shell into that E5. Did we? I think we did. I was not expecting that. So, gotta love the random RNG sometimes. We should have hit the Yag, and I actually feel bad for that E5. But I'll take any damage I can get, so I'm not going to complain. But the main gun I'm going to go for here is this Jagdpanzer E100. Now, the nice thing about the Grille is because you have so much DPM, you can actually single out opponents. Like this Jagdpanzer here, I have a feeling it's going to easily pull out right on our E100 there, and we're going to slam a beefy shell into that guy. And, oof, that 183 just yeeted that guy right out of the battlefield. Let's slam a nice shell right into that 183. Come on, getting that DPM out. Again, able to really maximize our DPM there. Slam a shell into that enemy 183. I would love to know if that 183 is still sitting there. I doubt it, but you know what? It never hurts to try. I don't think so, no. I wouldn't sit there if I were that 183. It's definitely not worth it, in my opinion, to risk losing all of the HPs. But, hey, whatever floats his boat. The question is, am I going to lose all of my HP doing that? So that E100 just fired, which means I can pull out quite aggressive here. Let's get a nice little tap right into his turret. Oh, and the 183 did stay there. Why did you stay there? Why? Not only did he stay there, he also just ruined our day. So, yeah, that's no fun. And the C100 could actually finish us off here. So, come on, pull out. You know you want to. There we go. So we still hit him off, but... yeah, that wasn't the Grille's fault there. That was just my fault of pushing aggressive. I honestly didn't think the 183 was going to push so aggressive, even after we blind fired twice. So very lucky 183 in my opinion, but that literally ruined our game in a singular shell. So that is the biggest issue with the Grille, is just the camo rating combined with the armor. You really don't have any armor. It's less than the RHM. You can be penned by pretty much any tanks. Now this Yag is backing up, which kind of makes me nervous, especially because he did back up there. Don't know where that E5 is, and yeah, I don't want to be... okay, so they're all over there. So all that I got to do now is be very, very careful. If that 183 pulls up there, that means that I could possibly get a very nice shot in. So let's see if that Yag maybe wants to pull up there. Get that 183. You know what? I might just push fairly aggressive here. I want to get out some more damage, but I'm not sure how I want to get it out. So, honestly, I just want to get out damage right now, and I don't care if I die. We're already on a pretty decent note. So let's see if we can just slam a heat shell maybe into that E100's turret. We can't, but there we go. Nice tap into the Yag. We still have that aiming time, something that I love on the Grille. So there we go. Nice taps. And, ooh, this E5, that's another deadly tank I want to be fairly careful of, but let's get the tap into the side. Another nice tap, and all that's left is the E100, and very solid game overall. So, yeah, I want to finish off this E100. My mouse is kind of acting wonky here. Let's, there you go. Nice tap again, and just going to back up in the safety. So we were able to get out 3 great games in the tank, and it showed all of the strengths and weaknesses, in my opinion. I wanted to play it a little aggressive, wanted to play it at the back of the map for the first game, and as well for this game, wanted to play it to show you what happens if you do get hit maybe by a 183. So you can do well in the Grille. Don't get me wrong. It is a great tank. It's just that for newer players, I think this is why it does so bad, is that newer players don't really know how to play the tank. And there should be a tutorial video. Wargaming, please let me make a tutorial video, or make a video explaining how to run the Grille, stay at the back of the map. Then once you notice, hey, I can push over here, I can use my DPM, then you can run it frontline. Then you know what to do. You'll notice I never push the Grille aggressive until I know what's going on. I have predetermined spots in my mind, and that's how you know map positioning. So when you run tanks like the Grille, you really got to know in your mind where you're going, what you're doing. And for new players, or people that just want to get the Grille, the WT is, I think, the 3rd most played tank in the game. It's behind the Sheridan, the T92, and then I think it's the WT, which means that, yeah, the Grille is a super, super popular Tier 10 tank destroyer, one of the highest played out there, I think right behind the 183. So I really think that people should learn how to play the tank, and for every map too. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you agree, you disagree, but I'm very happy that they buffed it, especially because you saw there, it really helped us get some nice damage out in these games. So stay happy out there, everybody. Make sure to click that subscribe button down below if you enjoyed it. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.